Welcome to Tuesday night expedition night, round number 2 here on the Basement Show. We have Miss Caitlin Ganby. Hello, I'm back. Hello,
Hey.
Caitlin. Thank you for joining us again. Bill Beebe, what's up? Hello, Doc. Hello, and good evening, Sir Grim.
Hi, Dad.
So,
Hey, Heather. Hey, thank
looking
you.
as always, Mama D on Twitch. Mama D's home tonight.
Hi, Mama.
She feels a lot better being on Twitch. She hates when I just schedule shows on Facebook. I get yelled at every single day. My show, my rules.
Pretty much.
But I hope everyone had a good Tuesday. This is second go about for this show. Look, last night was horrible. Oh boy. Well, hopefully tonight is better.
Yes, hopefully tonight is better for you.
She said I lagged so bad. Well, that's just shitty internet connection. I can't help with that.
Mhm.
But no, this is the second go around for expedition night. Last week we pretty much covered a lot in New Jersey, from Ancora, the Burlington County Prison. So, like, what didn't we talk about last week on the premiere show?
We talked about everything. We just looked up like the most haunted places in America itself. Um, Talked about some outside of America. Definitely got into what surrounds us and how far they would be to
Yeah,
take the trip.
that is true. And no, it's not BBC night. That is Monday night. So you're a day behind. But no, I remember we did bring up a bunch of different places. Like, I asked who would want to do like the Blair Witch Woods in Maryland. We found a couple castles in like Scotland, Dracula's castle, and all that. So I felt it was a very successful premiere night.
I think it was too, for sure.
Johnny likes BBC. No, Jay Williams likes the BBC. Get it right. I'm not starting this tonight, you fellas.
Butt plug night. Isn't that tomorrow?
Possibly.
Okay.
And Mama D is WNBC. NBC. We were making fun of Jay last night with the whole Howard Stern part in the movie. WNBC.
Out like a light.
Oh, it was funny. Whatever. Okay. But tonight, Brit has done some research on the state of Connecticut.
Yes.
And I brought up New York State. So there is plenty to go around tonight. No, not shit show night. Okay, that is your night. Alan's on. I might have to check on Alan after the show. I think he might be losing his mind finally.
Rare form.
But that's okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, our little pop-up show didn't happen. Sad about it. But I definitely do want to go to the prison, like ASAP.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, we all were looking forward to that. I know a lot of our viewers were looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, are you live on Facebook? I am, Mr. Kevin. Thank you for joining us on Twitch.
Who is that, Kevin?
Yep, that is Kevin, Mr. Peak.
Morgan's Kev?
Yes.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. So all 3 platforms.
Always. I think Jay is the only one who's doing Facebook right now.
Yes, correct.
All right. So,
would you like to begin since you have the extensive list?
Sure. So
we can go back and forth if you want, so you don't have to speak all at once.
I mean, we can go back and forth definitely, and then our viewers can chime in a little bit there.
Sounds like a plan.
Wait, before we start, I have a shit ton of Demon Slayer stickers, and I finally found use for them for my expedition notebook. They're all over. Okay, so me and Johnny decided to get into what surrounds New Jersey. So obviously Johnny, like he said, he picked New York, and I decided to do Connecticut because I don't hear much about Connecticut in general. So basically a fun fact about Connecticut is that it's home to Ed and Lorraine Warren, the the ones that you see movies based off of in The Conjuring and stuff.
Conjuring Annabelle.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool to know that they live there and their house with all their crazy demonic artifacts is in Connecticut. And the state itself is known for like a lot of violent like history, and it had a lot of wars that I noticed. I might butcher this word because it's an old native tribe
Okay.
name. It's I can't even say it. Pequot War. It's like Pequot.
Pequot. That sounds right.
Okay. So it lasted 2 years and it started in 1636. It was between their tribe and obviously early colonists, and it led to the Mystic Massacre, which over 600 tribe members were killed and some were sold into slavery. Obviously, we have the Revolutionary War.
Yep,
That
that's a
happened
good one.
there between like the Groton and Ridgefield. There's a lot of casualties in that war itself. And just recently, I think it said skeletal remains were found under a house in Ridgefield that were believed to belong to the soldiers from that war in 1777.
Okay.
So I found that interesting, like very much so. And then one thing I didn't know that I learned about today was that there was the Connecticut witch trials that happened 4 decades before the Salem witch trials, and over 57 individuals between 1647 and 1692 were convicted
Dang.
of witchcraft, which that's still pretty crazy. I mean, I know Salem has a lot more, which obviously Connecticut got outshined by it. That's why I guess I didn't know. But yeah, 14 to 16 executions happened, and it held New England's first witch trial execution and would later be outshined, obviously. And it took one single person to mount a trial and conviction.
Wow.
Hey, Ricky.
I finished high school in Western Connecticut. Knew nothing about anything like that.
I know. I did a lot of digging. Like I have 3 pages full, and that's not even half of what I found. It's just what I could write.
Yeah, I mean, when you actually dig into like state history, it is quite amazing. And like to go back to what you're saying about the Warrens being from Connecticut, Lorraine Warren was actually in contention to be on Congress for many, many years.
Yeah.
I think she actually had a seat, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, they're very well known figures up in the Connecticut area. But like
Mhm.
Mama D says, they are trying to debunk the Warrens and get rid of them because of all the haunting stuff that they do associate with.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that out of the state, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Hey Jackie, I don't know if you heard me. I said hi.
Nope. Hi, Jackie.
Um, what else? Let's see. So there's back in the not early, I would say like the late 1800s and stuff, opera houses became like a super big thing. So there's a opera house called Ansonia Opera House. It's been closed well over 50 years now. It was built in 1870 and it closed in 1971. A lot of opera houses weren't just opera. A lot of it was like entertainment, video, like filming, a bunch of other stuff like that. Like the normal club scene, I guess, back in the day.
Club
um,
scene.
club scene. It Paranormal investigators have gone and have claimed to see like orbs. They say that there's more than 40 spirits itself in the building.
Wow.
They've also claimed to see a goat humanoid, and they think it's like an interdimensional portal. So they basically, what I was reading up on is that a lot of people say you could see just random apparitions of, you could see like a Yeti and then it'll be gone. That's how they think it's like a portal, which I find a little extreme, but who knows? You never know.
No, you never know.
They claim to see shadow figures, and they've used trigger objects of like playing opera music and stuff from back then, and that's when they get the most activity in the building. I also found that there was underneath the stage just random rooms, like underneath the stage that nothing was really in other than rooms.
Well, when you have witch trials up there, brooms make sense. You have to fly witches away somehow.
Rooms.
Yeah, well, bones or brooms?
No, rooms. Like
Oh,
individual
room.
rooms underneath the stage.
Would have to be okay. But mommy, what's the comic? I just saw it. I just saw it. Mama D's 100% with this. If they would have moved the Annabelle doll itself, they need a bishop and a lead box because you let her spirit out, it's game over.
Right. Yeah.
So
they ain't going nowhere.
What's crazy about it though, because if you ever looked at the real Annabelle doll compared to what they show in movies, it's night and day. It's completely different.
Oh yeah, it's a small little Raggedy Ann doll.
Don't say that too loud. You might get cursed. You never know.
Speaking about Annabelle, it always reminds me. Has anybody ever seen like the meme Twitter post of Annabelle, Annabelle the doll going back and forth between like other like sinister characters that were made up or whatever?
I think I saw that like 2 years ago.
They're so funny because it's like the Annabelle, the haunted house movie.
Yeah.
It's like her, and then like she be going back and forth with like Jason or like Scream and all of them. It's so funny. That's what I think about when I think about her.
People will do anything for laughs nowadays.
The internet is a wild place, and I don't like it.
That is very, very true. Jackie wants one of us to message us when she has we have time. Some places I'm able to go see, please. I will take care of it.
I've always watched Ghost Hunters growing up. I've always watched Ghost Adventures. I finally found it on something that's free that I can watch. So I've been going back and watching all the Ghost Adventures. Paranormal State and like all them. The Psychic Kids. You guys remember that show?
Sounds familiar.
It was like they would take like a girl and a boy that had like the psychic abilities and bring them to places that were like haunted to get answers from them. It was mind-boggling, to be honest with you.
Hello, Troy. Graveyards are always a good place to start. That is 110% true.
But it's true. Badstow Cemetery is pretty wild. I've gotten rocks thrown at me. I've had my mom have like this mental breakdown saying that there was something behind the bush and it was not happy we were there.
And Mama D saying Annabelle is a vessel, so the demon is attached to the doll. So that is 100% true. Yeah. Also.
So again, Ed and Lorraine are not going anywhere.
Yeah. Goosebumps is a weird show. That was just a weird book series as a kid, Goosebumps, but a very good one.
I loved the Goosebumps books. I always found them at like the book fair or when we would have library time. Always find those ones. Or the I know we're getting off track, but the Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yep.
Those ones. I would always look at them.
That's another good series.
Yes.
And then the older graves are the more they're more active. Yes.
Yeah.
We actually, about 10 minutes from where I live, there's a cemetery right by a hospital, and Walt Whitman is buried in that cemetery. And then like they have the whole shrine like marked off so you can actually see it from the gate, so you know exactly where his grave is.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't mind checking that out one day. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Plus, if you go over to Philly, you can find like Ben Franklin's grave, all the old presidents that were from Philly. So.
1 second.
Yeah. Let's see. For New
You can
York,
play with Mama, so you might have to grab him so he's not fussing.
do you guys remember? Are you afraid of the dark? I do.
I vaguely remember it. Hey, Steph. Vaguely remember it.
Stephanie, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in.
Hi, Mom or Michaela. Either or. Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Lewis or Michaela, whoever you are.
Okay.
So
Let's
New
go.
York, well, New York, you had a couple of battles. You had the Battle of Saratoga, Whiskey, Valkyrie Island, which was up in the northern part of the state
Mhm.
between New York and Vermont. The American Revolutionary War, like you said earlier, the anti-rent rent war.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
They went on
Uh,
strike not to pay rent.
yep. Rip,
Can we do that again? Because, like,
mhm.
what?
Ripper, where was your favorite place you visited so far? Good
So
question.
I haven't really visited a lot of places. Like, I've genuinely just gone to the Basto Cemetery a couple times. Um, I think that's about it, to be honest with you. Actually, I went to my best friend Ariana and her cousin Leah. They used to live in this house in Waterford, like right down the road from my pop-up's house. And when we were hanging out the one day, we decided to go to that house because Ariana would say like all the time it used to be super haunted, that her mom hated being there alone. And like a bunch of other things. Obviously, because it was vacant for a really long time, people got into it, graffitied the walls, like had it as like a party area. Um, there we were going into the basement. It was me, her, and her friend Pokey, and it like it was like a little cellar door off to the side of the step, and like we got halfway down, and the motherfucker started opening ever so slightly, and then we started running up the stairs, and Pokey like leg was grabbed, and we were like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude!"
Now
So
that's a true haunted place, and that's
yeah,
definitely one to check out.
we never went back, but we planned to, but it was knocked down before we got the chance to go back.
Gotcha. Mama G says Ground Zero is about to be the most haunted place in the world. I would believe that wholeheartedly to
Yeah,
be factual. I mean, the rest of the souls, what you figure 3,000 people lost their life that day at that area.
yeah, and it was such a like people say, dying so quickly, you don't know that you're dead really.
Yeah.
So like that's why a lot of like if you die an unexpected death, like your spirit remains.
Yeah, well, plus you think about it, a lot of people were never found.
Yeah, that is very true.
That's the sad part about it. And then they build on top of it. Oh,
Yeah.
you're asking for trouble with that.
Yeah, that's like building on top of like Native Americans like sacred ground.
Yeah, you hear that story a lot, like with like sport stadiums and stuff like that. Like what's it called? The tribal burial grounds.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you believe in that type of folklore, then sure. I mean, unless I see an Indian chief raised from the ground, I may say it's debatable, but you never know.
Yeah.
But the most well-known place I found to be in New York State is the legendary Sleepy Hollow, which is actually a movie. So, can you explain to me why my grandmother is always at my house? Granted, I love her. Knowing she's there, it's comforting. Well, that
You
might be the
probably were her favorite grandchild.
yeah, that's a possibility. Or her, she just feels your love and energy that
Yeah.
she just wants to share it with you.
Yeah.
People say my house is haunted.
Why? Why did they say that? I'm interested.
Well, because my old roommate used to say that she heard like doors shut randomly. She would get like a cold draft to fall over her bed.
Mm.
So stuff like that. Because apparently the woman who owned the house before I did passed away in the house.
Oh.
So usually what they say, if you pass away in a certain area, your spirit never leaves.
Yeah.
So if it's true or not, I haven't tried to determine it yet. Maybe I should, which should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We could do a ghost hunt in my own house. Get the
Everybody
Ouija
gather at
board.
Johnny's.
Just had some old ass lady fucking screaming at you. You find it, it's just an old lady.
I believe that's true. Hey, Jackie, you never know. So if anyone has a Ouija board, send me your.
No, stop with the Ouija board. Stop the
Well, I won't. No, it's my house, my rules. I can do what I want.
Okay, well, if you bring a Ouija board up into it, I will not be there.
The guy before me passed away in this house. See, Jackie might have a similar thing.
No, I said you might have to get him just so he ain't fussing.
Oh.
And she's in Maple Shade, so you better watch out. You never know.
Can you get me a cold water?
See, she did Ouija in her house, and she lived to tell about it.
I'm almost positive my brother and my aunt's boyfriend's daughter did the Ouija board at my grandparents' house.
Hey, like I said, if anyone has one, let's go.
You can get one on your phone.
David said you can get one on your phone.
Don't tempt me.
How would that work though? Don't you have to have your fingers on the little thingy and it's supposed to move?
It's supposed to. It apparently like senses stuff and like it's just like a touch screen. You just hold it on your hand and
That is also very true. I've heard multiple stories from him about that. That the kids, unfortunately, AJ and Hope are still with them. They follow them everywhere they go.
They used to play with my computer.
Yeah. Well, AJ and Hope, after they had passed, obviously we stayed together as like a really big group. We always hung out just to keep our minds distracted and whatnot. Damon had the Oculus. He was playing this game, and it like detected like things in front of you. But in for a week straight of him playing this game, it always detected like a smaller human in front of him. So we always said that it was Hope in front of him messing with him because she used to do it while she was here.
Mm.
So there's that. They used to play with his computer.
We felt like somebody sit on the edge of our bed.
We definitely felt something.
And start playing with my computer.
Yeah, sit at the end of the bed. We watched the what were they? The Monster High movies. Damon wanted to watch them because it was something he knew Hope was super into and would have loved to watch. So we watched the live action Monster High.
Because it was something that she did. She watched the first one. She didn't watch the second.
Yeah, so we watched them, and our cats used to be like super chill, but I don't know what was going on with them during that entire movie. They were bugging out, like straight bugging out, running across the room, up on the bed, on us. I was like, Hope's here watching the movie and playing with these fucking cats.
You never know.
Yeah.
Someone had told me that Hope liked owls, and what do you know? The very next night, I heard an owl right outside my window.
Yeah, we hear one every night outside our window.
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
My son-in-law has a video of the plaque moving by itself. I swear. See, now that's the type of video we need on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, one of these times I'm going to turn off all my lights and I'm just going to do the show by candlelight.
Okay.
The kids came here. Hope plays with the soundboard and AJ plays with the cats. See? Yeah, they messed with it and never closed it. So this is why Hop's house has two entitles and one
I knew it.
is very
I
dark.
remember ever so slightly that they did. I was young, so I wasn't a part of it, but they did.
And Alan also says his father follows him. That could be good. That could be bad. Hopefully good for you, sir. I mean, if anyone else in the chat has experiences like this, please show away. This is pretty awesome. Like, where's Bill Beebe at? Bill Beebe, what ghost do you have following you?
Bill.
He always just says what's up anymore. He never really talks. Maybe Bill's a ghost and we just don't know it.
Then I see a ghost every day.
That's what I mean.
Walking a dog.
Or is the dog walking him?
Makes sense.
I had a priest and a medium come to my home. The energy was so high here, the safe wouldn't even light.
Confused on the last part.
Yeah, it was so high the safe wouldn't light. Okay. Mama D says I have time.
You mean sage?
There
you go.
Okay. I have tons of experiences from my parents' house. We all know when Hope is upset with something.
Why does she like throw everything like a little girl?
Yeah, well, I've
Like
been
that?
I've sat in her living room before and watched stuff fly off that shelf.
Yeah, I've heard all the stories about like the Lego, the train
Yeah,
door being open,
yeah.
Hope's Elsa doll being flipped over and hanging.
AJ's blanket the one night flew at me.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know about that, but so there's like hauntings everywhere that you look.
Yeah,
And I blame the movie The Sixth Sense.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
What
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it. I've
is
heard
it?
a lot about it. I just haven't watched it.
You need to definitely check it out. It's a good Bruce Willis movie. I see dead people is correct, Mama D. I also have 3 pictures of structures on myself and another
Scratches.
people who came. Oh, scratches on myself and other people who came into my home.
Interesting.
Well, that's the worst when you wake up and you're covered in moist. Like, where did I get these from? What did I do in my sleep?
Right. It's like the one scratch that went completely from like the top of my spine down. And I was like, how the fuck did this get here? Because I don't remember doing anything that could be possibly related to this.
Hey,
I only noticed it because Damon was in the shower with me. And he was like, what is on your back? I was like, I don't know.
someone paid you a visit.
Yeah.
Just like
Hello?
just like I found a house of death up in New York City. I was telling you about.
House of death.
If you visit number 14 West 10th in New York City, you will happen upon a beautiful townhouse on a quiet street. You would never believe that the Assuming Home is one of the most haunted places in New York, with up to 22 different spirits dwelling inside what has become known as the House of Death. Mark Twain has reportedly even haunted this house.
Wow.
So, I mean, the House of Death. And no, it's not a movie. It should be a movie, but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to go up to New York City now and check this house out. So Johnny goes missing. I moved to New York City.
Okay.
No, because it's not an actual real house.
Yeah. Is it on the market? Did you look?
Let's see. 14th number 14 West 10th. Let's see. Is it on Zillow? Let's see. New York City Zillow. I found her on Zillow. Hold on. Let's see. It is not.
Okay, so it's occupied at the moment.
But it looks like looking at the pictures, it's just like a normal house.
They all look normal until you're inside.
Okay. So what did you ever try to mirror? My sister did.
What is that?
Like I was telling you last week, you said like Bloody Mary or something in the
Oh,
the
yeah.
mirror. So
I think we've all tried that at least once in
Yeah.
our life.
Yep.
Mom,
Don't-
here.
Someone's paying a visit to Alan tonight. The fan just fell over in his bedroom.
I see that.
I didn't do it. I'm innocent. My hands are up. Hands up.
They said, fuck that fan.
Never put 2 mirrors across.
That
each other.
opens a portal.
What? 2 mirrors?
Facing each other? Yeah.
Sure. And Shannon and Chet. All the animals and we're both in the living room. The kids are always messing with something? Yeah, that is very true.
Well, they always messed with something while they were here. It's bound to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's like that movie. Like, come on. If you haven't seen this movie, we can't be friends. It's like Casper.
Casper?
Yes.
Yes.
Kerrigan. She's a bitch. She winds up dying, comes back as a ghost bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. You always have one Kerrigan in everybody's life.
So, Casper, I can't find the movie that has Hilary Duff in it. Where she was a witch.
Hilary Duff as a witch. Let's see.
Yeah, and it's a Casper movie. Dude, I can't
Maybe-
find this shit anywhere.
Let's see. Wait, let me see what the title is. I can bet you I can find it in 2 seconds.
Go ahead, Johnny. Let me know. I want to watch it.
Casper meets Wendy.
That's what it is.
Okay. So let's see. Casper meets Wendy.
Uh-huh.
The table late 1 o'clock in the morning every single night. Yep.
Jackie, I'll be at your house, okay?
Meet Wendy. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Where can you find Casper meets Wendy? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not on any streaming services, but hold please.
I don't remember if we had a VHS tape to it, or they would just play it on TV back when I was little.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, sure. Take your pick. I found it on eBay. You got $10, $22, $12.25.
I mean, they're all the same.
Not true.
Oh, I
'Cause this
think,
is-
I think it's that one.
Well, no, it's all the same movie, but like this one's a UK import.
Oh,
So you probably your best bet would be this one. $22 brand new.
yeah.
What was that? See, brand new sealed.
I can't believe you found it.
Like I said, let's go.
I love it.
Of course, he's gonna turn this into.
You can save that for your show, Dad, okay?
A...
This we talk about ghosties.
Hey, yeah, Ghost can make movies too. That's all I'm saying. Just watch. What movie was that? Why am I drawing a blank? Anger Management with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a ghost. I
hi,
watched so many
Troy.
movies. In August, there was a paramour team coming out to my house. Okay, if this is true, we are doing a live show from Jackie's house.
I said that's what I said. I'll be at Jackie's house for.
It is a ghosting. See? It's a ghosting. Ghosts have to get satisfied in life too. So if they make porn, they make porn. Okay, I'm getting off subject. You can go back to your list. I'm sorry.
Back to Connecticut. Where was I? Okay, so the Pine Island Cemetery. It was Ida Richards died of a broken heart after the untimely death of her fiance. Some believe she haunts the 300-year-old cemetery. It didn't really say much of what happens. The next one is Barahak Pomfret, established as a settlement in the 18th century by Abaddon Higgin Boffman and Jonathan Brandel, which they came from Rhode Island to Connecticut. It was made to start a community that honored the Welsh heritage. It didn't last long. It quickly became abandoned, pretty much.
Okay.
So the remains of where they built is still there. It's been sitting desolate for over 125 years, but it's dubbed as the Village of Ghostly Voices. People have claimed to hear disembodied voices in the distance walking up to the area, and seeing like the apparitions and like shadow figures. And Connecticut Valley Hospital. The hospital is still in operation, but it has an old building from the previous structure still on the property.
Nice.
It was once known as an asylum, that building. the main issue with it was overcrowding in the late 19th century. The campus itself held the notorious female serial killer Amy Duggan Archer Gilligan.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Look it up. Can you bring her up by chance?
Yeah, give me tell me how to spell it. AMY.
AMY, and then it's DUGGAN.
Hold on, DUN
DUGGAN.
AN.
Yeah.
Wait, DUGGAN.
Yeah.
And where's she from? Connecticut?
I mean, she was housed there. I don't know. It didn't say where she was originated from. But then when it had, so it said Amy Duggan, in parentheses, it had sister. And then it's Archer Gilligan.
Okay, well, I found this. Let's make this bigger. Amy Archer Gilligan. There you go. She was a serial killer. Location Windsor, Connecticut, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Victim men and women, husbands and residents of her nursing home. Sentenced to death on June 18th, 1917. Granted a new trial, pleaded guilty of murder in second degree. Sentenced to life in prison on July 1st, 1919. Declared insane in 1924 and transferred to Connecticut Hospital for the Insane in Middletown, where she remained until her death on April 23rd, 1962.
Okay. She ran a private nursing home.
Yep.
Married and killed 5 elderly men. She also convinced 9 elderly women.
Hold on, 1 second.
Hold on.
There you
Okay. Where'd it go? She convinced 9 elderly women to name her in their wills before poisoning them too. The last victim family demanded an autopsy which showed clear signs of poisoning, and Amy spent the rest of her life in prison.
Jeez Louise.
Wow. She said, put me in your fucking will and give me your shit, okay?
Like Alan just said, she's the original angel of death.
Right.
She married 5 of her elderly patients, ensuring each new husband heavily before poisoning them in turn. At least 4 female patients met similar fates after they're changing their wills to make Gilligan their beneficiary. This bitch made bank!
Yeah, yo. I wonder how she poisoned them.
Yeah, right? Really? Holy shit.
Arsenic.
I'll jump back on it here. Got the grandbaby here. Love the show. Jackie will be here for a while.
Okay.
That's pretty badass, though.
Right.
Just imagine being this like your mother. Yeah, my mom did this. She was a badass.
She was 8 out of 10 children.
It is possible she was involved in more deaths. Authorities found 48 deaths total from her nursing homes. Holy shit.
I mean, some could have, been natural causes.
Yeah. But just imagine that. My mom's a badass, and then that kid grows up, has kids. Yo,
She had kids?
I'm not sure if she had kids or not. Yeah, there you go. Amy married James Archer in 1897. A daughter, Mary J. Archer, was born in December of 87. The Archers got their first jobs as caretakers. Interesting. A widower with 4. Wow. So her second husband was a widower with 4 adult sons.
Mm-hmm.
He was reportedly wealthy and interested in both Amy and investing in the Archer house.
He died a year later after marrying her. That is crazy.
Interesting.
Acute bilious attack. Okay. Guns.
This bitch was sick. So 48 had died between 1911 and 1996. Among them was Franklin R. Andrews, an apparently healthy man. On the morning of May 29th, Andrews was doing some gardening in the Archer house. His house suddenly collapsed within a day, and he was dead by evening. The official cause of his death was a gastro ulcer.
That's what they
Interesting.
said. Arsenic.
Dang. So she was transferred to that hospital you were talking about
Yeah.
in 1924 and stayed there to 1962.
Wow.
That's almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
She probably ran that bitch, bro.
The case attached wide publicity at the time and has been cited as an inspiration for the play and later film Arsonist and Old Lates.
Where are you seeing that? Sorry.
I was right. It was arsenic.
Oh, yeah.
My kind of woman. I can just see Sean getting up right now and smacking him for saying that. So I am actually going to Google this because they say it's supposed to be a movie.
I'm gonna make him another bottle because I've only been giving him 4-ounce bottles all day.
Hi. Oh, did you put?
Wow, it is a movie.
Yeah.
Look, it's a movie.
Stinky baby. Arsenic and lace.
1944. That's crazy.
It is.
See, the shit you look up when you want to talk old stuff. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So that picture's crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just had mine up. So another cemetery in New York that's well known is in Fewsburg, New York. Guns Way Hollow. Most cemeteries are pretty creepy, but fewer.
Fucking tails. Stop.
Most cemeteries are pretty creepy, but few had terrifying legends on par with those linked to the Guernsey Hollow. The graveyard is tucked away down a side road, which gradually tapers off into a dirt road, ending in this burial ground.
Mm-hmm.
It is said that a 7-year-old mentally handicapped girl was stoned to death here by the locals for undisclosed reasons. She is just one of the unusually high concentrates of children that are buried here.
Wow.
So it's almost like a children's cemetery that it basically haunted by kids.
Isn't the pet cemetery based out of Connecticut too?
No, that's based off animals.
Yeah, but he said, isn't it based in Connecticut?
I would have to look. Sorry, what did I miss? I'm juggling, trying to listen, and having to feed my hedgehog that's paralyzed. She has a hedgehog?
She has two hedgehogs.
Interesting. Somebody's not happy over there.
He said, Daddy had to change my dirty diaper. We're just talking about haunted cemeteries, Mom.
And then you got Forest Park Cemetery in Brunswick, New York. There's an abandoned graveyard in Brunswick, only visited by the bravest of souls these days. Those who venture into the overground burial ground report feeling a cold chill running down their spines as they encounter unexplained cold spots all over the area.
Here you go, you nasty little bastard.
There has been a great deal of vandalism here, and some of the depicted angels on the headstones have been said to bleed from their severed stone necks. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We touched on it last week. The Amityville houses in Long Island.
Uh-huh.
We mentioned that last week. which has multiple movies about it.
Yeah, a lot I've seen.
Utica State Hospital up in Utica. When Utica State Hospital opened in 1843, it was the first state-run hospital for the mentally ill.
I don't know
Back,
like that.
back then, it was called the New York State Lunatic Asylum, and it was considered to be state of the art from its time. However, like so many asylums in that area, the treatment of the patients was anything but supportive or caring. It was routine for the staff to perform lobotomies, electroshock therapy, and other inhumane treatment methods.
I feel
The
like a
patient,
lot of mental hospitals back then did all that.
that's true. Patients lived in filthy conditions and were confined to cramped accommodations with little to no medical care. This was the hospital where the Ithaca crib was invented. It was a long, shallow cage where educated patients were placed to calm them down. It was also used for punishment for undesirable behavior. So I'm going to look that up, see if I can find a picture of this.
Yes.
I am curious. The Utah, let's see. Holy shit. Check this thing out. I'm going to make this bigger real quick before I share it so it's easier to see. This is just fucking wrong. Imagine putting somebody in this.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, try spending a night in that.
Yeah, no. Claustrophobic.
I mean, I could see how it could work though to keep you calm because you're so confined. You're like this. Damon, I found your new bed.
What is that? Is it a coffin?
No, it's a bed in an asylum that we're talking about.
This is called the Utica crib.
It's called
Yeah,
the
needs
hug
it.
yourself bed. That's some Alan needs that.
Yeah, that's what he said in chat.
Oh,
Yeah, he just said I need it.
But seriously, who needs a coffin when you got something like that? Because at least you can still breathe and see, but you're literally probably stuck like this.
I feel like I'd still be claustrophobic in it.
Oh, absolutely. You can't move.
Yeah.
Imagine spending days in that.
oh, that'd be nice.
That. Man.
That's just good. That's good. But that's the type of shit they did back in the day.
Yeah.
I'd take a coffin too. Well, we all knew you were a vampire, sir. It's okay. Let's see. Let me go back to my thing real quick. Nope, wrong one. The hospital has long since been closed, but it is no means empty. This is without doubt one of the most haunted hospitals in New York State, and there are still patients wandering the halls. My kind of place. Let's go.
Right.
People have seen faces looking out of the windows, and it is common to hear patients screaming from the buildings. For the most part, the hospital is off limits, but on occasion, they do allow ghost tours and paranormal investigations to take place on the premises.
Solid. So
Road trip!
we have to make a name for us for our paranormal aspect of the show.
True.
Then email them and be like, we're paranormal investigators. Can we go check out this place?
Just talk to Mr. Grimm over there. He made us press passes, so we're good to go.
Okay, yeah. Dad, get on it. Huh?
Ghost retards.
Damon said the ghost of tards.
There you go. And the place I have seen in person before, I laid in a hospital bed for 5 months without being able to really move. That is true. But the Sagamore, which is up in Lake George, New York, it's basically like an old abandoned private island right on the lake. And it's like an old abandoned building in the middle of the lake. It's freaking amazing. And it's still a hotel to this day.
It's still in operation.
Yep. Bolton Land in New York, which is basically a part of Lake George, but it's really nice up there. I've been there So kind of the same thing like the crib. Yeah, that is true. Pastor Cemetery has everything from a watcher that protects the church to a skinwalker and Emily, the demonic black-eyed child, and she can possess. If you don't know what you're doing, the children will show themselves and show you that their headstones fell down the hill into the water, which seeing it breaks your heart.
Yeah, there's when you go up to the church, there's a walkway and then there's a bridge you walk over and it leads back into the woods. Right off of the bridge on the one side, a lot of tombstones had fallen in as the water, like the ground started getting uneven. So a lot of the tombstones did go into the water.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
And just not enclosed. That is, well, hospital beds nowadays I don't think have to be, they shouldn't be enclosed. If you find a place that still encloses them, stay out. What else we have in New York? We have Rolling Hills Asylum, East Bethesda, New York. Rolling Hills Asylum is a 19th century poorhouse that has seen thousands of deaths. In fact, it is estimated that 1,700 bodies lie in unmarked graves on the premises.
Wow.
When it first opened in 1826, it was known as Desacourt County Poorhouse, where lunatics, paupers, and vagrants were put to work on the farm. It later became an infirmary, an orphanage, a tuberculosis hospital, and a nursing home.
Wow.
So 1,700 unmarked graves on that ground.
That's crazy.
I might be scared. Well, just imagine you're walking in the woods late at night, and all of a sudden something reaches out and grabs your foot.
Yeah. It says I'm here.
That one sounds interesting and worth the travel. There we go. Got a road trip, buddy.
Let's get it.
One of the most common reported abrasions is a 7-foot tall shadowed man, which is believed to be the spirit of an inmate named Roy, who lived at Rolling Hills for most of his life and died there in 1942. So a 7-foot shadow of a ghost.
Yep. That.
Hi, Roy. How's it going? Nice to see
Dude,
you.
if I saw that dude, I would run the opposite way.
I'm telling you, I might have to go some of these places out. Because there's so many around here. And this is, we're only talking about New York and Connecticut. So, what else do we have? Asher.
Stink-a-muffin. He's kind of just talking to himself in the crib.
And also up in Lake George, you have the Fort William Henry Museum, which is on the border of Lake George and Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of battles up there. You have a lot of old historical forts. So think about all the dead buried in New York during COVID.
That
on
is
the island.
so true. I
Yeah?
forgot all about that. When COVID hit, when
Yep.
people were dying, bro. They were
Most
just,
of them are getting cremated though.
I mean, still.
Well, not even so much just like all the people that died of COVID on Long Island. You have all that artifacts still from 9/11.
Yeah.
You have that whole dedicated, like, old abandoned airplane hangar that has all the old fire trucks and stuff
Mm-hmm.
that they're trying to preserve for history purposes. But it's insane.
Yeah.
But why don't we take a break and run a quick commercial for Holland's Customs, and then we can come back and dive into some more. What do you think?
Solid.
All right. So real quick, we're just going to run a quick number ad for Holland's Customs. They always say, if you can dream it, you can make it. So here's the commercial for that. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. That is Holland's Customs, everybody. That is a small business that Mrs. and Mr. Grimm have started. And their favorite saying is, if you can dream it, we can make it. So go over and check out Holland's Customs. Pick up your Basement Show merch, any custom merch you can think of, and help support Holland's Customs. Before we dive into more, what's that other banner? Remember, we are counting up live reactions during all our live shows. Likes are 50 cents, hearts are $1. If you drop them during the show, they get added to the total, which on June 1st, we will be making a donation for Mental Health Awareness Month to Mental Health America. So please, all you gotta simply do is drop a like or a heart on the show, help us raise some awareness in the process. And if you buy anything from Holland's Customs related to mental health, a portion of your purchase will be donated as well.
Mhm.
So there's that. And I see we are greeted by the final boss tonight, Mr. J. Williams. Dixie got locked back up again last night. I talked to her. I'm really pissed off at her. I told her to stay off Monday nights, and she did not listen to it. So whatever you said last night during your show got her in more trouble. She's back in the slammer for a couple days. So
When's Dixie gonna be out?
whenever we free her. I mean,
Oh, we got a free her.
well, she has a GoFundMe account set up. I don't know if we had mentioned it, but
I thought she makes that money. Why can't she? She just pay it herself.
well, apparently she had sex with a prison guard to get out. I don't know. Okay. And no, yes, Jay, we have a GoFundMe. She has her Cash App, which I can pull up later if people want to donate. But she's in a better place right now. She's getting help. But just keep an eye out. You never know when she's going to show up. Fair warning. But she's in a much better place tonight. She's in a nice, comfortable bed. I don't know what the hell she's doing, but she's not bothering me.
Yeah, taking my beer and shit.
Like people have said, I'm sorry if she offended you last week. She is sometimes a conniving bitch. So please excuse my cousin, but she's making havoc here in the Basement Show. I let her join one fucking week, and now she thinks she runs the place. Okay, this is bullshit. I have to put an end to it. So, Dixie, if you're watching and listening, stay the hell off my show. Thank you. As we would.
Okay. Do you want to keep going about New York or?
Well, you got more stuff about Connecticut?
Yeah, I also have a lot pulled up. To go off of your hospital.
Okay.
There's a state hospital in Fairfield. It was a formal mental institution. It was home for the criminally insane. It opened in 1931 and closed in 1995. Treatments included psychosurgery, hydrotherapy, electric shock therapy, and unauthorized full frontal lobotomies.
Full frontal?
Yes. Frontal lobotomies.
Oh boy.
Yeah. What is on my screen right now in Middlebury, Connecticut? There's the Little People's Village. Mysterious in its own right, the Little People's Village of Middlebury was rumored to have been built by a man whose wife claimed that she would see fairies in the area. The area around the village is said to be haunted by the spirits of fairies. There's also a throne at the center of the village, and the folklore is that if one sits in it, they will die in 7 years.
Wow.
Interesting. On another note, I mean, not another note, but like speaking of fairies, does anybody believe in fairies? Do we think they're real?
I don't know. And Alan wants to know, how do they do lobotomies?
I don't know.
Well, now you're going to have him looking at it later, and we may all get a lobotomy by the end of the month. I'd be scared.
No.
Driving ice pick in your brain.
Damon said they drive an ice pick into your brain.
Fun.
Awesome.
What kind of mind?
The Mansfield Training School and Hospital. Now situated on the Yukon campus, this building used to be a hospital for people who suffer from mental health disorders. At the time, many people filed lawsuits after they discovered the patients were subject to abuse and poor living conditions. The hospital shut down in 1993. However, people have gone to explore the area and claim to hear disembodied voices and see spirit mist.
Nice. And Alan saying Hope was a fairy. There you go.
Hope was
Hey.
a fairy. I made her Tinkerbell for Halloween.
Well, you would ask me if anyone believes in fairies, and he wrote that.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool to watch a Lombardi. I mean, that could be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Do your thing, Pat. It's a Norwich State Hospital in Preston, Norwich, Connecticut. It checks off all the boxes for your run-of-the-mill, creepy, abandoned asylum, crude medical equipment, and reminders of its dark past littering the ground. Check mostly demolished, except for a few well intact buildings. It's super big. They report orbs and voices inside the building. That's interesting. It's like Penhurst. It's pretty big.
That sounds like fun. Penhurst is always a good time.
Yeah.
As we found out last week, Kenny works at Penhurst.
Yeah, my mom and sister were just there yesterday, and they got to meet two of the original Ghost Hunter people, and like a bunch of other people.
And what was our invite? They knew we were doing a show like that. Come on, man! I know Mickey was our invite. But...
That's what I said.
Rude.
Oh, I literally just watched this on Ghost Adventures. I think it's pretty cool. The old Remington Arms munitions factory in Bridgeport. It was a big factory where they created firearms. So they were just there, and they did get a lot of evidence with it. Pretty intriguing. Faced numerous workplace disasters, including employees perishing in the factory and an explosion that killed 7 workers. To this day, people who voyaged near the factory claim to see figures lurking in the shadows, and as well as hearing disembodied voices. I know in the show itself, more towards the top of the building, they had a camera on the first level of the top, and then the 4th. Okay. And in the show, they caught a car horn that was only captured on one out of the 2 cameras, and then they heard what sounded like a gunshot, and then a faint scream in the background. But they had called the local authorities to see if anything had happened that night while they were there, and nothing.
I love you.
What?
It was a gunshot was only heard on one hole, and the car heard horn.
Oh yeah. So the car horn was heard on both, and then the gunshot and the scream was heard on one of the cameras, and not both of them.
That is very interesting, but very cool.
Yeah.
See, these people are lucky; they get to do this for a profession. Okay.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people that does these TV shows.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of them lives in our complex.
That's cool.
So there's actually an abandoned train station up in Buffalo, apparently.
Why is it abandoned?
Probably because they updated it over the years.
Yeah.
But Buffalo, I'd like to talk to Zach. So Alan probably watches that show too.
He's a dickhead, though. He's always so mean to Aaron in the show. It's sad. Love Aaron.
So Buffalo Central Terminal. Hey, stopping in to show some love. Evening, Amber. Thank you for stopping by.
Amber.
But the last train departed in 1979, but reports of moving apparitions and the feeling of being watched suggest that BCT remains plenty active. Ghostbusters recommended beginning at the baggage claim. Watch out for a woman named Rose, where the overall state of the abandoned spirit only adds to the station's spooky vibe. So it's actually like a whole abandoned like train terminal.
I
That'd
want to
be
go.
that'd be awesome. And not BBC, damn it. BCB, Buffalo Central Terminal. So BCB, not BBC. I'm gonna ban people, I swear. That one. There's actually a castle up in New York State too.
Really?
Bellhurst Castle and Winery.
It's a winery? I'm sold. Going.
So, trips to the Reno Boasting Hotel in the Finger Lakes. I can't ban you, Yuri. I'm sorry. Is up in the Finger Lakes region, which is a really nice New York State. So if you have a chance, do it. Which over the decade has been a casino, a supper club, and a probationary area where speakeasy patrons have claimed to glimpse a forlorn woman in white who stands silently on the front lawn. According to legend, she was an Italian opera singer named Isabella, who decamped to the castle with her lover only to meet her despise when one of the tunnels collapsed on top of her.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's funny because I was reading something like that. I'll get to it after.
I hate Bill Beebe. I'm just going to put it here right now. I hate Bill Beebe. Always picking on me. You don't say nothing all fucking show, and then you're going to say that. Fuck you, Bill. Eat a bag of dicks.
Bill's in your show.
What do you say?
He said at least he's in our show. He don't like anybody else anymore.
That's true. Burn Bride Mansion in New York. Once part of the larger estate of President Singer Sewing Company, this Victorian bed and breakfast has frightened more than a few greenhorns. Private ghost hunters and guests alike have sworn to seeing a woman pacing the halls and to hearing unexplained noises, footsteps, and music from an unseen piano. Can't bear the thought of an overnight stay. A mansion's full BYOB murder mystery dinners serve suspense without as many spooks. Bill, have you had sex with a ghost? Have you ever had sex with a ghost? That is not the case. I have been extremely tired, got more work piled on me, and not sleeping well.
Yeah, Bill's been going through it.
Alan, no, I have not, but I'm sure Johnny has. How would you know? You're looking at my fucking window at night, you creep. Fucking stalker. Bill, this is what I think of Bill, okay? I gotta play this. This is what I think of Bill.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. Man, you are...
That was mean, Johnny.
Yeah, we did Pyrrhicon and met Ghost Hunters and Project Fury and a ton of others, plus caught tons of evidence. Brittany, did you see the videos? It was a blast. And outside of me getting punched in my head and Miki getting a large scratch on her leg, we survived and got great stuff. That is awesome. And Troy,
Right, Dixie is not coming in here, okay?
she's in prison again.
Her. We'll be having some words, okay? So she better not.
She's locked up. I told you that.
She's locked up, and there's a GoFundMe. If you want her out, get her out later.
Yes. Johnny, don't play audio clips describing your life. No, that's about you. I made that one specifically for you. I can't. You can go on. I'm getting mad now at Bill. I'm ignoring Bill for the rest of the night.
So the lady that you're talking about, the opera singer on the front lawn.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of, it's called the Bruce Museum. Um, it's the most, everything that I see is the most haunted. Um, the bad luck of the Irish. Two Irish servants working at Belhaven Mansions in the late 1800s fell in love. The boy would play his flute to entertain her, especially near what is now the Bruce Museum. While the two planned to marry, the boy mysteriously disappeared, leaving the girl heartbroken. She moved back to Ireland, where she died of consumption, the old name for tuberculosis. Starting in the early 1900s, locals began to report two ghostly apparitions outside the Bruce Museum. Most often, a man would play a small flute for a young girl listening attentively. On occasion, an observer would hear an evil voice beckoning the two into the mansion to play the flute and sing. The couple would always refuse to enter what is now the Bruce Museum, claiming that they knew they would never be able to leave afterwards. They would suddenly disappear into thin air. Today, the Bruce Museum is one of the best thing to do in Greenwich, Connecticut. It takes a minimum of an hour to visit, but visitors are welcome to leave whenever they like.
Interesting.
Very.
Just like the one I just found, you would probably like, and you probably have heard about it because it was apparently on the Ghost Hunter show. Ireland Museum up in Buffalo.
I
It's,
don't think I have, but interested.
it's no wonder that this spot, once a church and a funeral home, is now an institution dedicated to all things supernatural. According to staffers, paranormal investigators, including the Ghost Hunters team, have captured voices, shadows, orbs of light, and other evidence lingering spirits. Keep your eyes peeled for the spectacle of military vet Edgar Zernicki, whose ashes went unclaimed in the basement for decades.
Wow.
So they found someone's bodily ashes in a basement years after he passed away. And this is a very, very true statement. A lot of people have said museums are really haunted places. I wholeheartedly agree.
I've never heard of that though. Them
Well,
being haunted.
look at the movie Night at the Museum. Imagine that being true.
That is a museum. Give me gum gummy dum dum.
Cool, of course you would remember that part, dum dum. New York State Cap. Oh, there you go. The New York State Capitol is apparently haunted. There was a 1911 fire during a British tour. See if you can spot the hidden devil carved into the wall by a disgruntled stonecutter. So when someone has actually built the building, they carved out a devil into the wall. And that's the state capitol. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Dum Dum was awesome. I can't. Westport was a good little town to hang out in when I was up there. Great shops and restaurants. This is a very interesting to now know there are grocery places in other states that I grew up in. If you do research, you can find things wherever you look. It is very, very amazing. So I mean, anywhere you look, this is just 2 states.
Yeah.
I mean, next
There's just a lot, and like there's even just like freaky, fun places to go see itself. Like, is it this page or is it the other page that I was just on? It's the other page I was just on. BRB, hold on.
that one's pretty cool.
You got the Booth Memorial Park in Stratford, Connecticut.
Okay.
Labeled the oldest homestead in America, the wonderfully weird architecture of Booth Memorial Park hides some equally strange haunts. The Booth brothers were said to be heavily interested in spiritualism and even built shrines in the homestead, which is said to have caused the area's haunted nature. And then, oh wait, and then I think an amusement park came up when I was looking into it.
Trying to think what amusement parks are up that way.
I'm afraid of. It's called Lake Compounds in Bristol. Known as the longest running amusement park in the U.S., Lake Compass has made quite a name for itself with its supposedly cursed history after Native American chieftain John Compound, who the park was named after, died in the area. The park's recent history has seen numerous accidents and deaths that have caused many to speculate that something sinister lurks in the park. Perhaps the spookiest story is that this is the location where Milli Vanilli were caught lip syncing and thus faced an unprecedented fallout from the music industry.
Now that would be actually cool to go to an abandoned haunted amusement park.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the one that you were talking about. So let's see.
Which one?
Lake Compass.
Oh, the amusement park?
Yeah. So it's actually Lake Shawnee Music Park. That's West Virginia. Never mind.
Hmm?
That's all in West Virginia. I'm trying to find some pictures of this place. But imagine that. You're walking down an old burial ground of amusement park. Like, who knows what happened to it over the years?
Yeah. There's a Gravity Hill in Connecticut. It's called Snake Meadow Hill Road. The legend says that if you put your car in neutral at the intersection of Snake Meadow Hill Road and Main Street, your car will climb up the hill, whether this is witchcraft or a malfunction. And the gravitational pull of the earth is for you to decide.
So kind of what you have in Jersey a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if every state has that. I'm kind of curious. But I found, like I said, I found the one up in Cooperstown, New York. You found something interesting. Go ahead.
Wait, did Ed and Lorraine weren't? They're dead, right?
Are they? Let's see.
I don't know because this says otherwise. It says while the White Lady Ghost of the Cemetery, which the cemetery is Stephanie Cemetery in Monroe, is often overshadowed by the nearby Union Cemetery. One thing that stands out about the cemetery is that the famous paranormal researchers Ed and Lorraine Warren are buried here.
Yeah, I guess they are dead because Edward Warren Miney, September 7th, 1926 to August 23rd, 2006. And then Lorraine Rita Warren, January 31st, 1927 to April 18th, 2019.
Is
So,
they
yeah.
are dead. Okay.
So he passed away at the age of 79, and she passed away at 92.
Annabelle just came up on my screen.
Oh boy.
The Warren's Occult Museum.
Yeah, I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah. It's still up there. Claimed the Raggedy Ann doll was possessed by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins.
Me and Damon found a Raggedy Ann doll in the Goodwill.
Well, who was it? I think it was Shannon that told me that she was afraid of Cabbage Patch dolls after watching that movie.
What movie?
Or like the Annabelle, stuff like that.
And she was afraid of Cabbage Patch dolls?
Something like that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Dolls in general just give me the creeps.
I mean, as long as you don't piss off a spirit, you're not gonna be harmed.
Yeah.
If you make friends with them, they're nice when they come back. If you do stuff that they don't like, then yeah, you're in deep shit. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. But those are all the interesting and creepiness of Connecticut.
Wait, the Anna Lee dolls. Sorry, there you go. Alan corrected me. The Anna Lee dolls. So what do these things look like?
I had a Cabbage Patch doll. Pretty sure I vaguely remember my dad tying it to a fan by its binky that was attached to its clothes and letting it swing around in front of me.
What, this thing? Is it,
What?
this is apparently an Anna Lee doll.
Ugh. I don't like it.
That's the Anna Lee doll. That's one of many.
I see why she's scared of that. That's terrifying.
I'm afraid of Miss Grimm's Cabbage Patch doll. Okay, so I got him backwards. Now this one looks cool. Imagine waking up and seeing this lovely thing.
No. No. That's like me and sock monkeys. I don't like them.
Sock? How can you? Why don't you like sock monkeys? I want to hear that one.
They're literally, there's no reason for them. Whoever made them is a fucking joke.
How?
I don't know how.
Like, seriously, like,
I'm pretty sure the baby got like a.
all it is Bill on a bad day, okay? That's Bill Beebe.
No, dude.
Just
Why is its lips so big?
They have DSL.
I can't.
Sock monkeys are not that bad.
Yeah, no. And I think at my baby shower, somebody had gotten him like a little sock monkey outfit, and I was like, awesome. I don't think he's ever wore it. I refuse to put him in it.
I mean, if you want me to go upstairs real quick, I have a Chucky doll in my house.
I don't mind the Chucky doll. Sock monkey, no.
There you go. I had a Chucky good guy doll before that was ever a thing. See, Alan's the one that came up with the movie. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Was he your best friend, sir? I gotta know. The sock monkeys are not scary.
I never said they were. I said that I don't like them.
His name was Joey. Joey, Chucky. Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. Okay. There you go. I got you over here. I'm sorry. This picture just cracked me up. I'm sorry. Disown me if you want. I swear I didn't photocrop this or nothing. It's how I found it on the website.
Yeah.
I told you it's Bill Beebe just dressed as a monkey. See how he's being quiet. Now we know where Bill went. Bill's a sock monkey. It all makes sense now. I think I was like 2, maybe 3. He would make a great dog toy. Wow. Amber's just like, the hell with that. Give it to the dogs. That's just rude, Heather.
Oh.
Let's see. What else do we have? I'm curious to see if he has a picture of that. The old original Good Guy doll. So 2 or 3. That would put that in the mid-70s. Wow.
Did you look it up?
Let's see. 1970s.
Ow.
See, when you type in 1970s Good Guy doll, there's all the movies that, like, it's just the movie stuff that pops up. Let's see, original. I don't even know what toy company it would be. Yeah, because you type in original good guy doll, and all it is Chucky. Dang, I wish I could find this. That'd be cool. I'm gonna have to do some digging. I'll have that for next week.
Okay.
But like seriously, like who doesn't like Chucky? Okay, like he doesn't look that bad. That's what makes him look like shit. But
That's still creepy-ish.
he was almost dressed like Chucky. Dang. He's gonna make me go nuts this week trying to find that now.
Yeah.
So let's see. Going back to New York, you have Hyde Hall in Cooperstown. George Clark began his nearly 2 decade possess of the building, what was then the largest private residence in the U.S. But he died within a year of its completion. However, that even death hasn't kept Clark from enjoying his dream house. More than 150 years of paranormal experiences have been documented,
Wow.
including apparitions, footsteps, sheets being pulled off the bed, which is always creepy. And if that's not eerie enough, the property also features the detached family crypt, which can experience for yourself during candlelight tours of the grounds on Friday and Saturday nights.
Wow.
So it's like a real life Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Fort Mary Henry, Landmark Theater up in Syracuse, an old movie palace that brought cosmopolitan glamour to the city back in the 1920s, was a century-old beauty with a price. Ghosts look out for Carissa, an actress who supposedly died falling from the balcony, or Oscar, an old stagehand who might make the lights flicker.
You love that.
Lights out too. Ooh. True crime affectionates, the Seawood House Museum. So you can see 153-year-old blood-stained bedsheets of a brutal but failed assassination attempt on the house's own William Seward, the Secretary of State under President Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
So
You said a
100,
failed attempt of assassination?
yeah. But they said on the blood-stained sheets of 150 years ago.
Yeah.
That's cool. Another winery for you. I mean, it's just endless where you can look stuff up. So, if you're still in chat, give us 2 states that you would like us to look up
Yes.
for next week. I mean, tonight we did New York and Connecticut. We did New Jersey last week. We did a little bit of Pennsylvania as well. So I'll put the comment in chat.
James
sure.
said Louisiana.
Okay, that's a good one.
If Louisiana is a thing, I'm doing it.
All yours.
Solid.
Make sure you include New Orleans, please.
Of course. The heck?
Oh wait, I got a photo from Mr. Grimm. Did he find it? He did. He found it.
Did he?
He found it. I got to pull it up.
Now you don't have to drive yourself crazy trying to find it. Massachusetts, Heather, we're saving for Halloween time because we could get so much just on that state itself between the two of us.
I'll do Maine though. Maine sounds like a good one.
Okay.
And you ready? Here it is. Ready? There's Joey.
I had that doll. Did we have that motherfucking doll?
That is awesome.
Huh? Joey. Come and look at it.
He said, "Here's Joey." And I thought he was talking about the Shining.
No.
Here's
What the fuck?
We had that doll.
Why does it look like Fassy? The wrong dude.
Here's Joey. So now we have to do a sound recording instead of Here's Johnny. We're just gonna have Here's Joey.
Right now.
So we got Massachusetts and Massachusetts was saving. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But Maine. Oops, let me stop sharing this.
So we got Maine and Louisiana.
And I'm sure you can find a bunch in both.
Virginia.
Huh?
Virginia.
Well, somebody said Maine.
I just typed. I'm not gonna start the list tonight, but I just typed in Maine hauntings, and the first thing that pops up: 101 spooky and haunted places in Maine. It's a My Buddy doll, and the voice was used for the Chunky doll, and I think he meant Chucky. That is awesome. So I wonder if that's actually the remake, because remember they made a remake of Child's Play, and it wasn't a good guy doll; it was My Buddy.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's where they got the idea from. Because if that's the case, that movie sucked.
Damon said Virginia.
Okay, we can add that one to the list for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Or if you find Louisiana to be boring, you could add Virginia to your list.
I don't think that I would find Louisiana boring.
I don't either.
Yeah. No.
I think you're gonna find a bunch. Just like Maine. Like you probably find a shitload up in Maine. Because like you figure the northernmost state is right by like Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean they should be two very good states.
Yeah. Well, since we got into a lot from each state and we still got a little bit of time left, maybe we can talk about some movies that were based on true stories.
Okay. So haunting movies based on true stories.
Well, obviously, we got The Conjuring, the Amityville Horror.
Uh-huh.
We got The Exorcist.
Now, was The Exorcist really a true story, though?
I mean, it came up saying when I searched in scary movies based on true stories. Let's look into it. The Exorcist is based on a book, which is based on the real life of a boy named Roland Doe who was possessed by demons in 1949.
Okay.
Hold on.
I found a Zodiac movie.
The Zodiac movie.
With the Zodiac Killer.
Yep.
Hold on. The real exorcism was so scary that there have been books written on people who witnessed this. The story will give you goosebumps, all for real reasons.
Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah. The Texas Chainsaw Massacres as well.
The one movie I cannot watch.
What?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Was never caught neither. And did you guys mention the Hinsdale house in New York? We were going to next for an overnight lockdown. I did not.
No, but info, please.
I'm going to look it up right now. We might have touched base on it last week, actually. Hinsdale House. Yeah, we mentioned that last week. I remember looking at this now.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a really cool house stuff. I don't know how you could spend the night there, but I just hear a snort.
Yeah, the baby.
This is the Hinsdale House. I don't know if I'd be creeped out because of the surroundings or just how old and raggedy the house looks. But
Well,
we need to send them on a mission. They have to report back to us what they find.
yeah.
Well, they take videos and use videos.
Virginia was already said, Troy. We're going to do that in a couple weeks. Thank you. Let's see. Horror movies based on true stories. We all know about the Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
You said The Conjuring. Poltergeist. It takes inspiration from a natural haunting. The 1950s curious case of the Herman House in suburban Long Island became a national media story after the family brought in a paranormal investigator to diagnose unusual activity. So Poltergeist is a real true story.
Yeah. I've never heard of this movie. It's called Deranged. It was made in 1974. It says, "Have you ever loved someone so much that you kept their body even after their death?" In 1974 movie is exactly about that. It is inspired by the life of America's most notorious serial killer and grave robber, Ed Gein, and gives you a glimpse into the confessions made by the necrophile. I would not keep a body after death. What is wrong with y'all?
Some people do.
Weird.
10 Wellington Place, 1971. It has been said that they had to get a priest when they were making the original Exorcist. That is a true statement, Heather. They had to have, I think, multiple priests on site for that movie. That movie fucked a lot of people up.
When did the haunting in Connecticut? Because they didn't use the right
Yes, mother. Please and thank you. Strangers. The Strangers in 2008. This movie has psychopaths and murderers. The director of this movie drew inspiration from the murders committed by serial killer Charles Manson and a series of events that took place near his childhood home.
Snowtown, what the hell? The Barrel Murderers. Oh, wow. What else we had? The Birds, 1963. Dead Ringers. Twin gynecologists who died simultaneously of drug overdoses in 1975. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Raven, this 1999. Okay, Borderland. And then The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I just saw that.
That's a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
Fire in the Sky, 1993. And last but not least, Winchester, which is based off that house out in California.
Oh, yeah.
Which it looks like an awesome place to go visit.
It's called Wolf Creek. Says, what did your mom say about talking to strangers? This movie is loosely based on two men, Ivan Milat and Bradley John Murdoch, and their crimes. It'll make you think twice before asking the locals for help on your next backpacking trip.
Interesting.
And then you said
Okay.
poltergeist.
Apparently, Psycho is based on a true story.
I just saw that too.
That's 1960. That goes way back.
Mm-hmm.
Zodiac, I mentioned. Haunting Connecticut's on this one. Compliance. I've never heard of that one.
There's a movie called Snowtown. It was made in 2011. It's based on the Snowtown's murders that were committed by 3 people between August 1992 and May 1999. This movie is not your average horror movie. I wonder what's that about.
Devil's Knot, 2014. Based on the West Memphis Three, a group of teenage boys who were originally inspired to carry out cynical rituals which allegedly resulted in the death of 3 8-year-old boys.
Mm-hmm.
However, it was unclear if the teenagers had actually committed the murders or if they were framed for their alternative lifestyles. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Reese Witherspoon movie. Hey, Child's Play. There you go. I love it. The Rate. I've heard of that one. Nightmare on Elm Street, apparently.
I saw that.
I followed that inside and out. Which one, sir? Alan said he followed that inside and out. I'm curious to know what he means by that. The West Memphis 3. Okay. So I guess I gotta check that movie out. Devil's Not tries to untie this twisty truth through. So I will have to look into that one for sure.
Did you say Fire in the Sky yet?
I have not.
It's the tale of Travis Walton, a man who claims to have been abducted by aliens on November 5th, 1975, while heading home to Snowflake, Arizona, with a few colleagues. Walton was missing for 5 days before returning. He published his experience in a book called The Walton Experience, which was later republished and titled Fire in the Sky following the release of the movie.
Wow.
Do y'all believe aliens are real?
To some degree, yes.
Yeah.
And Alan said I supported Free to West Memphis 3. There you go. Jeffrey Dahmer has a movie called Dahmer.
Yeah, they did. They recently just did the TV series on Netflix with Evan Peters. Love that man. He's done great work over the years of being like an American Horror Story and whatnot.
Yeah, he was all about the West Memphis 3. Had a shirt with them on it.
Did you know Dahmer said that he didn't go after people with tattoos because tattoos made them taste gross?
And they were easily able to identify the body.
Oh, yeah, and they were easily able to identify the body.
Interesting.
Very much so. I have a bunch of tattoos. No cannibal's going to eat me.
Well, the movie Dahmer, which came out in 2002, was actually Jeremy Reiner. So that's probably a really good movie.
Yeah.
I had to look that one up. Was that Poltergeist? Wait a minute. How is Scream based on a true movie? So, Scream, 1996. A string of murders committed by Danny Rowling, a.k.a. the Gainesville Reaper, served as the basis for Ghostface in this classic slasher flick, blah, 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 blah. Rowling murdered 5 students in Gainesville, Florida in quick succession, raping, stabbing, mutilating his victims. He claimed he wanted to be the next Ted Bundy. and pleaded guilty to 5 counts of murder and was sentenced to death in 1994.
Oh,
Interesting.
very.
I
This,
even wrote the guys when they were in prison. Wow.
wow.
Alan has some friends.
This one's called Stuck. It was made in 2007. After committing a hit and run where the victim becomes lodged in the wind. Hello? Babe. Fish just came up. Leg just came up. And I don't want to touch anything. Hold on.
Okay.
BRB for the time being.
Well, you fix that. You had the Stepfather movie in 1987.
Whatever you went on to had a virus on it.
I was just on Google.
Whatever website you went on to.
Sorry.
Good night, Amanda. Thank you for hopping in with us tonight.
Good night. We're actually getting close to the time of wrapping some stuff up.
The town that you had at sundown, said Winchester, Wolf Creek. That's all I got. So
Oh, but basically that movie I was about to explain is based on a true story of a woman in a hit and run accident that hit a homeless man and left him embedded in her windshield until he died, and was convicted of first degree, one of the murders, and was sentenced to 50 years in prison.
wow.
Yeah.
All right. So
Good
what
night,
would you
lovely.
like to touch base on tonight? Holland's costumes, the Discord.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, there's the number on the bottom for you.
Okay, so guys, mental health is taken very seriously here. I know I deal with it a lot myself. So if you're experiencing anything that's troubling you, don't be afraid to reach out to any of us here on the Basement Show. Our phones are always on, always open, and always on high. And we can respond, or will respond whenever we have the chance. I know life is pretty busy with all of us here working and, extra activities outside of work. But the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline number is 988, and there's something always there 24/7, 7 days out of the week to be able to just talk to you, listen to you, whatever the case may be. Don't forget about Holland Customs. Mr. and Mrs. Grimm make it all. They make the hats, the shirts, they make everything. Okay, so go look at the website. Stop laughing at me.
Facebook, Instagram, they're on it all.
They're on everything. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Didn't she make a Twitter for it? Or that was for the Basement Show itself?
That was for the Basement Show itself.
Okay, well, make a Twitter.
Make sure.
But definitely go check it out. We got some The Basement Show merch you can grab from them. And right now, for the month of May,
Yes.
we are doing the mental health awareness. So if you buy anything off of them for mental health, some of the proceeds that they make off of it will be going to the mental health awareness fundraiser that we're doing.
Yep. Plus the likes and hearts too. Likes are 50 cents and the hearts are $1.
Okay, so yes, like you said, likes for each video every week is 50 cents, and every heart that you react to the videos are $1. At the end of the month, will be giving it to the mental health awareness,
Mental Health America.
Mental Health America. So don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to heart.
Yep.
We're trying to succeed last time, which we got $200 for autism, which is amazing.
That is true. Definitely amazing. I hope we can definitely do more this month.
Yeah. So wait, I do have a question before we continue. Like,
Yeah.
you know how like you're watching a video and stuff, and then you can keep clicking like the like, and it'll like pop up in like little bubbles.
Yes.
Does that still only count as one?
Yes.
That's annoying because I'd be spamming the shit out of them buttons, bro.
Nope. It only counts as one.
Okay.
But we don't count reactions after the show ends. You have to be in the live show, drop a reaction during the live show for it to count towards the donation.
Okay.
I make that known every single day. I mean, because I get it. People go back and we watch the shows, which we greatly appreciate. Don't get us wrong. But for the fundraiser aspect of it, I am counting live reactions only. So as soon as I say that, sometimes that number jumps up through the roof. So,
Yeah.
but it's true awesome causes, two things that mean a lot to the basement show. So I think we can top the $200 that we did last month easily.
Yeah.
So, and like Britt was saying earlier about the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, you can also reach out to us here on the Basement Show. Whether it be our personal pages or cell phone numbers, or if you'd like to join the Discord, send us a message. We can get you signed up for that. And we can get you into our Discord. There is a section for every single show on the Discord, and there is a section for mental health as well. So you can talk to me, Heartless, Brit-Brit, Grim, Mrs. Grim, and we can get you signed up for that. And then we are, as you see, also we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. So if you haven't dropped us a follow on any of the platforms, please do so. Our numbers are continuously going up every single day, which is awesome. And then lastly, the favorite part of the night, the show lineup. So you're on Tuesday night, which is now Tuesday night Expedition night. It's me and Brit-Brit. Wednesday night, you have Drago and Tink's Neverland with Mr. Heartless and Miss Dixie. You never know when she's going to pop in the show. Thursday night, you have the ladies' night with the Spawner Grimm, Miss Grimm, and Mama D. I know this week they are going to try to cover all aspects of mental health. So if you want to learn more about mental health, please feel free to join them on that. Friday night, we come to the Rev Grimm Show, our mature audience show only. Put the kids to bed, put them in the other room, and come join Sir Grimm. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Saturday night and Sunday night, we have no show. But watch out, Baby Asher might be live soon. You never know. And then that brings us to the start of the following week. On Mondays, we have King Uno's Trivia Night with Mr. King Uno, the final boss, the GOAT, whatever the fuck his name is this week. That's on Monday nights. And then you're back here Tuesday nights with myself, Mr. Knast, and Brit-Brit exploring the world of expedition with ghost hauntings and all that stuff. We hope you guys have enjoyed this show so far.
Yep, we dive into the creepy and scary.
Next week, Brit-Brit will be talking about Louisiana.
Yep.
And I will be doing the state of Maine. So if you go back and rewatch this show tonight, we did Connecticut and New York. A lot of fun stuff. And we have a Hey Asher shout out from Miss Jackie.
I know. Say hi.
I'm Asher. I'm Quecky, baby.
Yeah.
But other than that, for myself, Brit-Brit, the rest of the Basement Show, thank you for always supporting the Basement Show and everything you guys do. It is truly amazing to see how far this show has come in almost the 2 years of doing this.
Yeah. It's great.
Mama D always says these shows aren't possible without you, the viewer, and she is 110% correct.
Yes.
So as long as you guys keep showing up every single night, we're going to keep showing up and doing shows every single night to entertain all of you who take the time to support us. Like tonight, looking at my top corner, we had 10 different reactions tonight.
Wow.
Which is freaking phenomenal, plus all the people who are in chat.
Yeah.
And for those who didn't say nothing in chat tonight but were watching, I shouldn't say shame on you, but shame on you. Let us know you're here. We like to acknowledge people who take the time to watch our shows.
Yeah.
So don't be shy. Be friendly. We're all family here. You're all basement dwellers. But until the next time, if you're going ghost hunting, be careful, be safe, and have fun.
Another thing, if y'all are going ghost hunting or anything of that nature, don't hesitate to send it to us so that we can get it up on the show and get it out there. And that's like a part of what we're talking about. We wanna see it. We want to.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
there it goes.
that is very, very true. But it's right. If you are doing any type of expedition, share it with us.
Yeah.
Let us know your experience. So,
Because I wanted him to say goodnight.
but yeah, but that's a good point. If you're doing it, share it with us.
Yeah.
We will give you full credit, I promise.
Yes.
I'll do the hard work, you do the easy work. But everyone have a good night,
Bye, guys. Have a good
and
night.
we'll see you next time here on the Basement Show with Mr. Naz. Good night.